Welcome to CourtSide, where we sit on the sideline and we discuss sports as if we can do it better ourselves. I'm your host, Mr. 300. You guys know my co-host, the Bay to LA. How you doing today, my brother?
Good.
Yes, man. You're looking like you're doing good, man.
Oh, man, I feel like a fresh hunted, man, like a big face hunted right now.
I bet you do, man. Yeah. I bet you do, man. Before we get started, though, any shout-outs you want to give out to anybody?
Man, hey, man, shout out to E40 and the Click, man. You know, they got a classic song, Wolf Tickets. You know what I'm saying? It's a classic. Make sure you go check it out. I mean, you know, shout out to the whole Bay, man. Shout out to everybody, all the subscribers.
Yes.
You know, continue to like, share, subscribe, man. Tell a friend and tell that individual again.
Tell them again, subscribe to the show, man. We've been enjoying this podcast journey we've been on, and it's been a good feeling, man, to come on here every week.
We heating up, man.
Yeah, we heating up, man. Going off into the summertime, man. You know, it's really gonna get real funky this summer on
I've been requesting us, man. They've been asking.
I know, man. They've asked for the podcast.
When you pulling up?
I know, man. Might have to do a live show sometime to get people to come out, man. Make it a whole event. So again, if you guys like CourtSide, please like and subscribe to the show. All right, man. Let's jump right into it, man.
Let's do it.
Man, let's talk about
what we talking about.
Man, we're going to go off into my Lakers, man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you know, they lost.
They did what?
They lost in 5 games to the Minnesota Timberwolves. We went down 4-1.
That's crazy.
Yes, it is a little crazy, man. It was something that we wasn't expecting. It wasn't something I wasn't expecting as well. I figured it might go 6-4-2 the Lakers way, man. But
Lakers in 5.
It was Minnesota in 5 this go around, man. But one thing I can say about the series, man, it exposed J.J. Redick on a lot of levels as well. It exposed LeBron James. It exposed Luka. It exposed the whole team, man. From my take on the whole series, the Lakers, they look slow. They look older and they look slower. Luka, he didn't look like the same Luka he once did when he was in Dallas. LeBron himself, he still had, number-wise, he had a good series, but fourth quarter-wise, he was kind of, he disappeared in the fourth quarter. Reeves didn't show up as much as we would have liked to. Hachimura, he had a good last two games, but as a team wise, we didn't look like the Lakers of the regular season or when Luka first got there, man. Ant-Man, he did his thing. Rudy, he played well in game 5. They just looked like the more dominant team.
Right.
And they showed that, hey, that they're here, they ready to play, and they're ready to make a run in the West. The Lakers, they just looked like they was happy to get it over with and go home and nurse whatever injuries that they may have moving forth.
And, nurse what you said?
The injuries.
Oh, what now?
Yeah, I'm saying LeBron, he sprained his MCL in game 5.
But that's from Clutch Sports. It didn't.
No, that's whenever he ran into I can't remember who he ran into, but but he sprained his MCL. So even if they would have won game 5, he wouldn't have been able to play game 6 anyway.
Wow. That's how we
what?
I'm just waiting on. I just want to let you cook right now.
That's what happened. Those are the reports. And he sprained his MCL and he was limping after game 5.
When he was in street clothes and he was doing that.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, he sat down, man, the knee got tight on him, man, and it happens, man.
Who he had ran into again?
I can't remember who he ran off into. It was
Vincenzo?
Yeah, him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was him, yeah. So they bumped knees, whatever. So he's
like
sprained.
6'3" or 6'4"
Man,
or something?
what that mean? You ever bump knees with somebody, man? That hurts.
Bump knees.
Nah, I'm saying if they would have, let's say, pulled that game out, they still wouldn't have won the series.
Would he have still been hurt or?
Yes, he probably wouldn't have played game 6. And it wouldn't have mattered, man. The series was already in the hand, man. I just felt like Luka, he was scoring early in the games, but the fourth quarter, him and Bron, they didn't do the fourth quarter like they were supposed to. We didn't get that Luka in Dallas in the fourth, and Bron, we didn't get the typical LeBron James fourth quarter play. Like I said, AR didn't do his thing. We didn't play Hayes as much, which I don't understand.
As much?
We didn't play him at all.
Okay.
Because which I really didn't understand that, but I know JJ was talking about we couldn't score the ball in the paint, but I'm like, you need him for decent defensive purposes, because if you can pick and roll lobs, that's his style of play. Right. You could have used him, especially in game 5 against Rudy, with him getting almost 30 points and over 20-some rebounds. Jackson Hayes would have definitely been able to kind of combat some of that. And also
Rudy, Chamberlain, Gobert. Rudy Chamberlain Gobert?
Yeah. Hey, man, that's what he looked like in Game 5, man. I must say, Rudy really showed. I don't know where that game was hiding at, but to me, that was the. I can't even. I don't even know what to say to even combat.
I know we don't.
That.
But, when we lose, it's always foggy, and no one knows.
It's not foggy, man. Like to me, like it's like the situation with the Warriors. We'll get to them later.
Yeah.
You guys play Kuminga, and Kuminga helps. You know what I'm saying? He helps spread the floor. With the Lakers, if you play Jackson Hayes, you help spread the floor. So it takes away from all the 3-point shooting that the Lakers were doing. To me, it wasn't a lot of getting to the basket. It wasn't a lot of getting to the free throw line. It was a lot of coming down, shooting a lot of threes. Luka shot a lot of threes. Luka he looked slow. And he was exposed on the defensive end. The whole series. Why are you looking like that?
Well, brother, it's time for me to cook.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Fairness. One, I want to give a shout out to Doc Rivers. I want to give a shout out to Darvin Ham, who was talked about like a dog.
Yes,
by JJ Redick.
That he was.
When he was when he was doing his sports an analytic take on how the game should be coached. I'm really just trying to figure out how you got a person who's never coached before. How do you get a Lakers job as the head coach with zero experience? Not playing a big man. Here's the deal. LeBron James is the coach of the Lakers, and everybody knows it. So we can blame JJ Redick. LeBron had a hand in that as well. And it didn't make any sense. Here's the deal. When you play on a team with LeBron, you know one thing. You cannot have a center that's going to be in the middle because he can't play like that. LeBron want it that way. He don't want no center in the paint.
The old LeBron.
Look at
old LeBron.
Okay, listen. We can go to Cleveland. We can go to doggone Miami. He can't play with a center because he doesn't want to. He hasn't elevated his game, right? For somebody who's supposed to be one of the GOATs or the GOAT. We got a Luka Doncic, a top 3 player in the NBA. Now he ain't doing nothing that he don't normally do. He's scoring his buckets. Let's put the blame right where it lays.
What's that?
LeBron James is the architect of his own misery.
Man, what is we talking about, man?
What you mean what we talking about?
Man, look at man. If LeBron
this
James
is a failure.
Man, look at me. LeBron James don't have to win not now another championships. His status, his goldeness, that's always.
Does he get a statue in LA?
Yes, he get a statue in LA.
For what?
He's going to get a statue in Cleveland, Miami, and in LA, man. My thing is this. It doesn't matter what he does at this point. At age 40.
That's you saying that.
We putting all this pressure on LeBron James to go out here and win championship at 40. Nobody has ever been under this type of pressure at age 40.
It ain't no pressure.
It is pressure. When Tom Brady was still playing, it was no pressure on him to win. Now, did he do it? He did it. But I'm saying there shouldn't be no pressure on LeBron James to win championships.
The longer he plays, the worse it gets.
It doesn't get worse, man.
The further and further away he gets from that GOAT conversation.
No, I'm saying because the numbers are still there.
Let me ask you something.
What's that?
Hypothetically,
what's that?
Steph win a championship this year.
Steph has to win a championship this year in order to be in that GOAT conversation.
Okay, so listen.
What's that?
You telling me they both got 4 rings. Steph is more impactful on the game, but he got to win another ring right now.
Steph has 4 rings because of
Steph is going to the second round.
2 of them are because of who?
What seed are the Lakers,
KD.
man?
They was the
what seed are the Lakers?
What's the 4th seed?
Third, brother.
Yeah, 3rd seed. Yeah,
and got put out by.
Yeah, you talking about a very talented Minnesota team. Like I say, I never said that
they talented now.
They
talented that they could beat the Lakers. They wasn't supposed to. Hold on. You got Luka Doncic. You got LeBron James on the team.
Yes.
You got what's the young fella's name on the Lakers? Reeves. You got Reeves on there. I don't know what he was doing. Let me ask you something. You've been telling me about this guy Connect. Why he wasn't playing?
I said that before.
Nobody knows, right?
And I said that in the last post I put up. I said I say he should have been playing because
he should have been playing.
He is a great asset off the bench. He can shoot the ball, he can rebound, and he can defend. I said he wasn't playing because of the trade stuff that happened early on in the year when they traded him and then the trade got vetoed or whatever, and they brought him back. When they brought him back, they played him for a little while, and he was doing well. But all of a sudden, as the regular season started to end, They put him deep on the bench. To me,
I'm gonna tell you why they ain't playing him.
Because they
didn't pay your boy Reeves. That's why.
Oh yeah, they paid him.
That's why. That's why they ain't want. That's because listen, we can't play this guy who we know is playing better than him. In front of somebody who got this big old contract and make him look sorry, which he already did. Listen. His defense was looking like Lucas.
Yes, I'm saying, because
it was insane.
Yeah, it was insane. Like I say, they was exposed. Luka, I would say this series, he was really exposed on the defensive end only because when he was in Dallas, he was the focal point of the offense.
But if he got LeBron on the team, brother, what? LeBron, ain't he supposed to fix all that? He can guard any and everybody,
man,
right?
Not at 40,
at
man.
40.
He don't even guard all those positions
He
anymore.
never did guard them.
Man,
he just
did, man.
The king of the chase down block.
Man, come on, man.
Yeah.
My thing is this: at 40 years old, we can't put the pressure on LeBron James to will the team.
We putting pressure
That's
on him
why
to
you
get
bring
out.
in the
league want him out, bro.
The league, no man. Look at
enough.
The league do not want. The league might want him out, but the fans don't want him out because I can tell you this: ratings have been down since the Lakers have been out, man. The playoffs are not even exciting as
y'all
it was
just
before.
got put out.
The
brother.
conversation is not as exciting as it was when the Lakers were in it because there's nothing to really talk about.
The Lakers is your team. That's why it ain't exciting.
No, across the board.
Because I saw a whole lot of excitement last night.
Man, we get to them later, man. But my thing is this. The excitement is not even there in the league anymore. As far as playoffs, like it's going on. Like fans of certain teams, they're excited, but as an overall excitement, there is no hot topics to talk about as far as the NBA playoffs.
We do got hot topics.
Man,
we got a hot topic on how LeBron was trying to throw the organization under bus.
How?
By saying, I can't say nothing about a center because we know what happened with AD. Then we got JJ Redick, his partner.
What you say? Yeah.
His partner up here talking about, we need to get in playoff shape. Hold on, man. You talking about Luka Doncic, a top 3 player in the league?
He wasn't in shape.
Man, get your mind right.
He wasn't in shape.
He didn't come in shape. He didn't show up in shape.
And you
traded AD for him, so it was okay.
That is true. But my thing is, he's making a statement. Luka was not in shape. No, like I say, you can see
that
on
wasn't
the court.
That wasn't a requirement to come in shape.
It is. It's a requirement to play in LA and moving forward. My thing
was he in shape in Dallas?
No, but he had 2 centers that he played with though, and he had Kyrie. So my thing is,
he had a center. Hayes, where was he at?
Hayes was on the
Sitting
bench,
on the bench.
and that's what I'm saying. But in Dallas, folks were saying like he had 2 centers in Dallas that he played with, and he had a Kyrie. So my thing is this: that defensiveness, the defense that he lacks or whatever, it was exposed in this series because you don't have a rim protector. So my thing is this: in Dallas, when Luka would get beat, you had a center down there that can block the shot or can make them pass the ball. LA didn't have a center, so when Luka got beat, they were scoring the ball. So now you see Luka, his defense is not there. It's exposed more now because there's nobody on the back end. There is no weak side or no backside help. In Dallas, he had the weak side and he had the backside help. So in LA, you don't have that. No, you don't.
Why you didn't? Well, if you
had it in Hayes,
if you got your center on the bench, what you mean you don't have it? How you know you don't have it?
If you play Hayes, it stops all of that.
Hayes was playing good.
But I'm with you.
Connect was playing good.
I'm with
what
you
we
on
got
that.
going
I'm with you
in LA.
I'm agreeing 100% with that. I was always why Jackson Hayes not playing because he's young, he's tall, and he's athletic. Now, granted, he might not be able to score the ball, but he can defend.
JJ Redick is not qualified to be a head coach in the NBA, spending years. Really, let's be clear. He wasn't a player like that.
No, he wasn't.
To have been speaking on NBA coaches.
I'm gonna tell you why
the way he was talking.
I'm gonna tell you
why you up here moonlighting with LeBron on the podcast, drinking wine all night.
I'm gonna tell you why he got the job.
Your partner, same. We ain't gonna. Listen, we ain't gonna say nothing about Bronny, but
that?
you know what? I can't say something about Bronny. What he gonna do? Because listen, we right here in the boot in Louisiana. I call Kevin Gates.
He coming.
I'll call Kevin Gates. We'll get all. Hey, we'll get it all straight.
No, man, hey, man, get it straight, man. Man, Kevin Gates knew what he was doing, man.
Yeah, and LeBron knew too.
It's playoff time.
Hey, listen, know when to act a fool and know who to act a fool with.
Look here, man. My thing is this: JJ got that job only because of for one, he has the look. The look. He got the clean cut. He got the hair. He got the LA look. He has the LA look. And the second, Bron co-signed on it. But again, it's just like the military. You an NCO. Yeah. I'm an NCO.
Yeah.
We gonna do it. We gonna recommend. I can recommend you for this position. I can recommend you for August 15, but it's up to the commander to sign off on it. So no matter how much LeBron recommend, no matter how much I say, hey, I like this, I like that, it's there on the owners to pull the trigger or the GM to pull the trigger. Like I say, we excluding them. LeBron can only recommend. I'm not signing nobody. I'm not signing the contracts. I'm not paying nobody. I can recommend this person. I can recommend this head coach. But just like in the military,
LeBron, the tomb sergeant.
They tell you in the military,
the company go.
You can recommend, but you can't approve nothing.
He make his platoon go.
He make it go because I'm making recommendations. But just because I make a recommendation, that doesn't mean the commander has to sign off on it, or the owner of the team, or the GM of the team has to sign off on it.
So what happened if they do sign off on it? What it mean?
It's on them.
No. That means you got the backing.
Yeah.
You got the backing of the leadership.
Yeah.
LeBron had the backing of the leadership.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it.
No. It is something wrong with it because not only this is the second unqualified individual he has on the team, and we failed twice. Instead of having Bronny on the team, what you could have had is you could have found a serviceable center to go with Hayes, who was sitting on the bench.
We had one. We had two. We had Hayes and we had Christian Woods, but we cut Woods. My thing is this: they cut Woods. I don't know why they cut Woods. My thing is this:
nobody knows.
You has two centers that LeBron likes to play with because of Christian Woods. I'm saying Woods can stretch the floor and shoot the three. So if you look at Cleveland, he had Ilgauskas, right, to where he can stretch the floor. Then he brought him to Miami or whatever.
That's so good. 7-footer shooting threes.
But I'm saying, but you just said LeBron doesn't like to play with a center that's inside the paint. So
I said that, and I stand on that.
So that Christian Woods, that's that center that LeBron likes to play with, that not clogging up the paint. He can come out. He can shoot the perimeter shot. He can shoot the three. We get rid of him. Now Jackson Hayes can't shoot the ball, but what Jackson Hayes can do,
LeBron get rid of him.
Man, LeBron can only make recommendations.
LeBron, you know what? For somebody who can only recommend, it's a whole lot go on in LA.
But what other star player on any other team can't do that? Curry make recommendations.
For who?
For the whole team. You don't think the Jimmy Butler deal didn't go through Curry?
Is that who we was going after?
Yes.
We was going after KD, brother.
Man, no. KD declined it. He declined it, but my thing is you probably had KD number 1, Jimmy Butler number 2. My thing is this.
A smart person would.
Curry would have to sign off on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are we talking about? So if Curry can do it, why Bron can't do it?
Because those things went through the GM, not Curry. Curry's not running around there, hey man, find this player, come play with me.
They just not saying it as much as if
he don't say it at all.
Man, yes, because like he is saying it. He's saying
Let's just talk about you, but we can get to Curry because we can spend all day.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, unless you just want to keep going that way.
Let's stay on LA, man. Because my thing is this: LA moving forth, the things they need to do is to be revamp. I can't say revamp. If Bron opts into his this next year, I think he owes. If he's gonna do it because this is the last year. I think he's owed like 50.
Why you say
million.
if?
I'm saying because he got 1 year left.
Is he threatening returnement again?
Nah, man, he's not. Is
he doing that again?
This is gonna be his last year. He's gonna do the Kobe tour. He gonna make some money off of it.
They don't love you like that,
man. Why they don't, man? Everybody's gonna.
Drake gonna let you know they don't love you
man,
like that.
They actually love him more than that.
Nah,
man.
With that squad,
man. Look at this. Gonna be his last year. All the Lakers need to do is need to go get a big man. That's it. That is it.
Hold on.
What was that?
You come up playing basketball.
Yes.
You the basketball head for real.
Yes.
You telling me, I want y'all to listen, get him in the comments. You telling us from what you saw with the Lakers, all they need is a center.
That was it.
Any kind of center.
Because that's not any kind of center.
What kind of center?
A center that can
shoot 3-pointers.
No. We need a center that can defend the paint, block shots, and get rebounds. Because if you look at it,
do what? Defend,
block shots, get rebounds, and maybe get you 8 to 10 points. So
could Hayes do that?
Not the points wise. Not the points. Now he can defend. He can rebound, but he wasn't gonna get you the points. Only way Hayes get the points is off lobs.
With Luka, he couldn't.
Lobs and putbacks or whatever.
That's a point. As lob is a point.
But you're not gonna get a consistent 10 points. Nah, I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen.
Wow.
But my thing is this: he would have been able to clog up that paint because if you look at Ant-Man, once he beat his man, the lane was wide open. Once McDaniels, once he beat his man, it was wide open. Once Nas Reeves beat his man, it was wide open. Right. So there was no rim protection. Like, and if you look at Minnesota, when Bron beat somebody or Luka got in the paint, Rudy Gobert was right there to defend. So that, to me, that was the difference, the center play. Because if you look at the games were tight the entire way, it came down to those few last seconds, who got the most rebounds, who got the second chance points. And Minnesota was able to get that. And they got that because of the big man play.
I'm gonna fill you in on something.
What's that?
You know who LeBron trying to play like, man?
Who?
That small ball, he trying to play like.
He trying to play like that, man.
That's all.
All right, man. Well,
let's get to it.
So let's get to it, man. So let's get to your Warriors, man. So your Warriors was able to win Game 7. All right, they was up 3-1. Houston Rockets team came back, tied the series up 3-3.
Absolutely.
Like I always say before the series started, I like your guys' chances against the Rockets because the Rockets were a young team. Granted, they had the number 2 seed, but you guys had more playoff experience. Like I said in the beginning, there was only a few players on the Rockets team that had playoff experience. One was Dylan Brooks, and the other was Fred VanVleet. Mm-hmm. Those were the only 2 players who had playoff experience. The only two that had. You're
talking about the world champion.
What's that?
Fred, don't he got you got to chip.
That's what I said. I said Fred and I said Dylan Brooks. The only 2. Those were the only 2 that had playoff experience.
Right.
Now, if it came, like I said before, I liked your chances, but when y'all went up 3-1, I would say, hey, y'all gonna take it home.
Right.
Houston came back, tied it up 3-3. At that point,
they did that.
It was like who wanted more, and I even picked you guys to win Game 7. Now, I only said you guys. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I only said you guys won this game series because of Houston lack of experience and experience with closing out Game 7. That's the only reason why y'all won this series. Now, I give it to Curry. I give it to Butler. I give it to them for you guys willing yourself and pulling it out. Like I said, you still got to go win the game. But the lack of experience from the Houston Rockets is what cost them this series.
The lack of experience.
Now, going into the next series, y'all running up on Minnesota, it's going to be a whole lot different.
Yeah. Well, let me go in, man.
Go ahead.
Being that the Warriors is my team,
yes.
I'm not going to disrespect the Rockets and say that the reason that they lost was because of lack of experience. Whenever a team go up on you 3-1 and you claw your way back and you make it 3-3, right? And you the number 1 defensive team in the league and it's showing, right? It's just grit, man.
Yeah,
listen, it was grit and grind. It came down to the wire.
Yes.
We were fortunate to have pulled it off the way that team plays defense. Mm-hmm. Man, Fred.
Yeah,
Fred, he
showed up that second half.
He's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we remember him from Toronto. He dealt with us with Toronto, so he's really one of them guys. Mm-hmm. They head coach, crafty.
Yeah, yes, and feisty,
borderline. You know, he crafty.
He borderline Draymond a little bit.
He borderline because he sent his players out there on a mission.
Yeah, you do.
When you go out there and you talk about they bigs, for us they was a problem for real. Mm-hmm. We were fortunate to come away with the victory. Those guys got a lot of promise. Mm-hmm. When you start looking at the others from the Warriors, you just see it keep coming up time and time again. You keep seeing pods come up one game.
Yeah.
It'll be Moses Moody another game.
And
it'll be
Buddy?
It'll be Buddy. You know, it'll
Buddy
be Alfred.
had a good game.
You know, it'll be Alfred. Right? So you got Batman, Robin, and Alfred out there, man.
Because Buddy had a hell of a first half, man.
Yeah, he did.
He put into what, 2022 the first half?
That's called putting a team on your back.
Yes, yeah. So, but again, like I say, and if Buddy can carry that into the Minnesota series, like I say, if Buddy can play like he did against Game 7 against the Rockets against Minnesota, I think you guys have a great chance of winning that series.
I feel like you're gonna say something about Minnesota, but
no.
Before you do, I'm gonna just get on out there.
What's that?
We didn't play Minnesota before.
Yes.
Up during the season, 3-1. Right, we up, and we didn't have Butler. Let me tell you something.
What's that?
The West is full of matchups. They not a good matchup with us. Listen, Rudy Gobert will not do what he did to the Lakers to us.
Good Draymond on it, huh?
Man, listen.
I'm saying, but Rudy.
I'm gonna say this right here. Butler can guard him sometimes.
Rudy just had that one good game, which
how many you need?
It was the closeout game. So, like I say, so we did a good job as far as matching up with Rudy.
I'll disagree.
He didn't play like he had that one good stellar game that closed it out. But if you look at his number throughout the whole series, the numbers wasn't good.
If you put the center you had on the bench in the game, did he do what he was doing?
No, because
come on, man,
you got 5 fouls to play with when it comes to Jackson Hayes, man. But like I say, but back to the Warriors, man. Like I say, you guys pulled it out, but going into the Minnesota series, it's gonna be a little bit tougher, man.
So I want to hear what you got for the Minnesota,
because I'm like, who's gonna hold Ant-Man?
The same people we had holding him during the season. We got we got Moses Moody.
He gonna get exposed, man.
Bro, we didn't play these people.
Nobody. We talking about rest of the season.
He ain't a different player.
In the playoffs,
he the same player.
In the playoffs, he's different, man, and he showed it, man. So my thing is this:
did Ant-Man beat y'all?
What's that?
Ant-Man's the reason y'all lost.
Not game 6, not game 5, but going, I say from game 2 to game 4, yes.
We got folks who could guard him. We got Kuminga. We got Moses Moody.
Kuminga not playing, man. Kuminga is not going to play. My thing is this: if y'all went game 7 with Houston, y'all not going to. If y'all let 3 games with 2 games slip, and almost
it didn't slip, they beat us.
But I'm saying if y'all go up 3-1 against Houston, if y'all go up 3-1 against Houston and y'all let them come back and force a game 7, what you think Minnesota going to do if y'all take a lapse like that?
Let me tell you, this is what I'm going to say. Minnesota, we are not going to face a defense like we saw at all moving forward. That is the best defense in the league. Now, mind you, after we got done playing the best defense in the league, think about it. How many points did the Rockets score? Y'all slipping on our defense. Y'all not understanding when the way we play defense. You looking at it saying, oh man, it's Steph Curry out there. It's Buddy out there. It's Paz out there. You not understanding. Look at the steals. Look at the pressures they getting out there when they really get out there hard-nosed playing defense. It's going to be a problem for Minnesota. Let me tell you something. Man, we might dog walk them boys, man.
No, brother, I don't know.
I'm telling you that.
Y'all didn't dog walk Houston.
Listen, who on the team? Who? You saying Ant-Man? I ain't believing in Ant-Man. We done played this dude already.
You got Ant-Man, you got Nas Reed, you got McDaniels, which I say he's like a Buddy Hield. If he can get going, you're in trouble. But it's like a Buddy Hield. It's not gonna happen every night. Now, if you look at a Gobert, all Gobert needs to do is get 12 to 15 rebounds, and if he can give you 15 points, that's gonna be a problem for y'all.
I'm finna tell you something. This is what you failing to realize. Your man Ant-Man, them games he was playing, even when we did whoop his head 3-1 during the season, when he would run out there on defense playing Curry, you don't get a chance to play Curry now. You know what you go do? You go play with that grown man Butler out there, and he gonna handle you.
No, Butler's not gonna. Nah, like my
Ant
thing
ain't got nothing for Butler. I'm telling you this.
My thing is, if they match up, Ant-Man is gonna win that matchup, and I guarantee you, they not gonna put Ant-Man on Butler on defense. They gonna slide him off on somebody. Now he gonna
run back over to Curry again.
He might try to pick him up just to try to defend him.
Then who gonna defend him?
Like he did LeBron in one of those games.
Who's defending him on?
But my thing is this. Butler is predicated on getting to the basket, right? That's how he get going. That's how he get going.
Or distributing.
Yes, but I'm saying,
one of the two.
but like to get his offense going, he gets to the basket, get to the free throw line, and then that jump will start to come on. You're not gonna be able to get to that basket that's easy because you got to go bad down there. You got Rudy in the paint. That's gonna deter a lot of shots. Same way it did in LA.
I'm gonna ask you something. You think Gobert want to see Butler, the crafty Butler, coming through there like that?
That's a 7-footer. You're not gonna be able to get those layouts. Them layouts.
You know basketball, brother.
I do know basketball.
So you think Gobert don't want to see no parts of that? Listen, if he go up 5 times, the man gonna foul him 4.
My thing is this: Gobert, his number one offense, his number one priority is defense. He don't have to jump to even block. If Gobert step up, you're not going to continue to come into the basket. You're going to look to pass. You're going to try to pump fake. The same thing Luka was doing. Luka would get in that paint, and what he'll do? He'll try to pump fake. He'll try to get him up in the air. He's not really jumping for that all the time.
You think Butler pump faking with him?
Yeah.
Butler is trying to initiate contact for the foul.
He's gonna pump fake first to get Rudy up in the air, and then gonna try to jump into him. Butler is not gonna be able to get those easy layups like he was doing.
He don't care about the easy layup. He want him to foul him.
That's how he gets rolling. Like he get to the basket
and
first.
Gobert gonna give him what he looking for.
Nah, I'm saying.
Let me ask you something. Who gonna guard Quinn Post? Gobert?
Quinn who?
Post, our center. The one who shoot through. Hold on.
You talking about?
Remember this, Quinn Post.
You talking about the white dude?
Yes, the tall one.
Man,
who shoot threes. You got to come out there.
You got to come out there. Yeah, but I'm saying, like that could be a matchup problem right there.
It could, brother. We done paid these people.
It could be a matchup, but again, he has to hit those threes in order for it to be a matchup problem.
He got to hit them.
Yeah, he got the 3.
He's been hitting them all year.
But but again, you go into the next series. So like I said, I'm pretty sure they're gonna come up with some type of way to combat that. But again, if he get out there and he hit those threes like he was doing in the Houston series, now we get into a matchup problem or whatever. Now, are they gonna try to expose that early in the series? I guarantee you, yes, they are. But again, he has to knock those down. The only player that could really stop Gobert in the defense in that lane is Draymond, and that's getting up under his skin. Like that's defensive wise, not offensive wise. Like defensive wise, the only one person who can disrupt that or create some chaos down there would be Draymond. And that's because of the history they have with each other.
You understand one thing. This is how Rudy Gobert goes off.
What's that?
When you don't play him.
What you mean?
When you don't guard him. You don't even make an attempt.
Nobody really.
That's when he goes off.
Nobody really guards
that could have been.
Though.
Say again.
No team really just guards him on the offensive end. Like they'll put a body on him.
It was one team that didn't guard him at all, and that was your team. And that's when he went off looking like Will Chamberlain.
We didn't have nobody to even put on him.
You did. He was sitting on the bench.
He been sitting on the bench. We've been established that. But as far as in the game, my thing is this:
we're talking about the game.
I'm saying you making it seem like Hayes was on the floor or he was out there playing and wasn't about it. Nah, I'm saying the person that we've been saying that should have been in the game playing against him was Hayes. We've been established that already.
Listen, the Wolves got Randall.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah.
Who gonna
hold Randall?
The same people who was holding him when we played him all year long.
You're talking about regular season.
They ain't got nobody new.
Mm.
They haven't played us with Jimmy. And you know what we don't talk about?
What's that?
We don't talk about injuries out west. We just play, man.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about Curry with the knot on his head, man, on his hand. Just keep playing the tailbone. Both of them with the tailbone. They running out there, man. You know,
I'm gonna tell you why
Curry ran 2 miles.
I'm gonna tell you
last
why
game in the game 7. We just keep rolling.
I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't.
We don't
come
do
up.
like some people.
I'm gonna tell you why it don't come up. So LeBron,
it don't make no sense to.
LeBron don't talk about injuries during the series, during the season. Luka don't talk about it. The people that talk about it, look here. The people that talk about it is the media. The media talks about it. The media
who use the media.
The media
who
don't
Clutch Sports.
The media don't talks about Curry and them injuries as much as they do LA LeBron because it's different.
For what?
It's because it's different. It's a storyline. It's a storyline when LeBron is hurt. It's not as much of a storyline.
It's finna
when Curry is hurt. The storyline is different. My thing is the media pushes all this stuff out. LeBron is not running around telling me, "Oh, I'm hurt."
He not using the media,
huh? He didn't. No, I'm saying it came
media?
out after the game was over with. But I'm saying, but during that second half, if he was running with the injury, I'm not even playing the second half.
He run with the injuries after the series over with. He blame it on the injury.
He didn't even blame.
He always blamed.
He didn't say anything about.
He blaming the injury. He blaming Luka. He blaming JJ.
He didn't say anything.
He don't have enough. It's always the king of excuses.
It's the media
when they lose. Let me tell you something. Had the Warriors lost yesterday, you know what we would have blamed it on? Nobody. Man, we played a better team. They was a second seeded team, and they beat us. LeBron is always these crazy excuses.
Who did he blame it on after game 5?
He blamed it on ownership.
What he
saying he can't talk about the center thing because we know what happened to AD. You know what, LeBron? We do know what happened to AD.
What happened to AD?
You got him shipped out of there, and now you running around here thinking people crazy.
Man, LeBron,
just like you got JJ Redick non-coaching self up here. It's ridiculous. The longer he plays, the worse it gets. Let me tell you something.
It don't get worse.
I told you
What's that?
a couple episodes ago, we going back to back.
Back to what?
Championship. We going back to back.
No.
It's going to be Michael. It's going to be Kobe. And it's going to be Curry.
Man, look here, man. Curry would never be top 3, man.
What you got for us?
He's not going to be top 3, and I'm going to tell you why he's not going to be top 3. He's not going to be in the GOAT conversation because those 2 championships that he had, KD. If KD don't play with them, you don't win those 2 chips, and you're only down to 2. So KD is the reason, because KD got Finals MVP, both of those times, and he got League MVP during that stretch as well. No, he got the League MVP. OKC, but he got Finals MVP.
Yeah,
both of those championships. KD was the best player on that team for those 2 years. Now it was Curry team, but KD was the best player on the team. You take KD off that team, Cleveland wins both of those chips.
I got a question for you.
What's that?
Was Durant the best player on OKC?
Yes.
Is he the best player on the Suns? Was he the best player with the Nets? Understand something. Listen.
You had more pieces around you in Golden State.
Let's keep walking. Well, we get Butler. After we win this championship, we're going to say, was Butler the best player on the Heat?
I'm going to say,
was he the best player wherever he went?
Butler was the missing piece for y'all in Golden State. But I'm saying,
here's what you missing.
What I'm missing.
What you missing is when you got a Steph Curry, somebody who actually makes players better. Then when they got to the team, you got a true teammate. He makes players better, and it shows in their play. Listen, you leave Curry, you play worse. You get with Curry, you play better. You thrive.
KD play has never declined.
There's no one who's left who's played better.
KD play has never declined. The numbers, the efficiency, the points, if you look at the percentage, all that is still there. When you talking about playing with Golden State, you have more weapons around you. You had Steph.
Yeah.
You had Clay. All right. You got Draymond. Who else? You had Livingston.
Yeah.
You had who else was on that team during that time?
Iguodala.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got 5 players that you don't have in Phoenix. You don't have in Brooklyn. You have more weapons around you. So again, would that elevate your play? Yes, because now the whole team is playing at a higher level.
But you're not saying it right, brother. Listen, when you say Livingston, post-injury Livingston.
Yes.
When you talk about Iguodala, you're not talking about prime Iguodala. You're talking about after prime.
I'm talking about,
but he still elevated
I'm talking about a Livingston that can still hit that mid-range jumper.
But he wasn't from the 76ers.
But I don't need that Iguodala. I'm saying that Iguodala that y'all had can still get to the basket.
With Curry,
could still hit the three-pointer.
Okay.
And could still defend. So that's 3 elements that Iguodala brought to the Golden State Warriors.
Absolutely.
Livingston, he can still defend.
Right.
He can still hit the mid-range jumper.
Right.
So you talking about 2 elements that was brought to the Golden State Warriors.
Yes, sir.
So now with KD, all I got to worry about is offense.
Was that prime KD?
Yeah, that was prime KD. That was prime KD.
So what was it? OKC?
OKC, I can't say that was even prime KD. Like that was going into it.
So the 2 years he was with us was the prime.
I would say no. I'm saying because
you would say that's
I'm saying that's when he was getting into his prime. But you can think about that 3rd year he got hurt. And even when he went to Brooklyn, that was still prime KD because he was willing that team throughout the playoffs.
What happened?
They lost conference finals to Milwaukee.
I got something for you.
What's that?
How many years has LeBron been with LA?
Was 6, I think.
6 or 8?
Should be 6.
You sure?
About 6, yeah.
You
Because
got your phone on you. Here's the deal. When we look at how many years LeBron has been with the Lakers,
I think it's about 6 years.
Okay, cool.
Because he got that, 19, 20?
Okay, so you people always are talking about Curry with KD, and the man has won one before him and after, right? Your guy has to get a prime AD. You win a bubble Disney championship with fake people in the stands.
Yes.
Right? COVID going on. People out here. It's a pandemic. So
everybody's in the bubble. Same players. Nobody wasn't in the bubble. They've been different if players didn't play.
It's a pandemic, and you win a championship. As a matter of fact,
that's even worse conditions.
As a matter of fact, here's what's a worse condition is being the 3-seeded team and getting bounced out by the 7 seed. And you also did it a couple years ago where you're top rated and you got bounced out in the first round again.
It looks bad.
Listen, not only it don't look bad, it is bad.
And you talk.
This ain't GOAT talk. The longer that he stays in, it gets, in your heart of hearts, as they would say in church. If he comes back again, he ain't winning.
He probably won't. My thing is
his legacy is getting worse.
I'm saying,
he ain't Jordan. Nobody remember Washington. Jordan, it's okay.
Because it was bad in Washington. My thing is,
okay.
The only way it gets bad for LeBron is if the numbers decline. If the numbers decline, it looks bad. But when it's all said and done, they're going to focus on the numbers. He's still averaging 20. I think this was the first year that he didn't average 25 points a game, and he averaged 24. So again, long as the numbers don't decline, it's not gonna look bad because people are gonna forget about getting bounced out the first round.
Yeah.
They're not gonna talk about that. What highlights they're gonna show? They're gonna show him dunking.
Yeah,
they're gonna show him blocking shots.
That's what they're showing?
In year 20, 21, 20.
Oh, brother, I don't think
that's what they're going to show. They're going to show the lobs he's catching. They're going to show the dunks. Right. They're going to show the defense. They're going to show the highlights. That's what they're going to show. They're not going to show him being bounced out of the first round 2 years in a row, 5 years from now.
Who's forgetting that?
Everybody's going to forget that.
No one.
They're going to forget that. All they're going to focus on are the numbers.
This is insane.
They're going to focus on the averaging 25 plus points a game.
Right.
They're going to focus on the high 40% field goal percentage. They're going to focus on the all-time leading scorer. They're going to focus on the 4 championships, and they're going to focus on the 4 league MVP awards. That's what they're going to focus on. That's what they're going to talk about when we talk about GOAT discussion. They're going to talk about Jordan 6. They're going to talk about LeBron's 4. They're going to talk about the MVPs. What? That's what they're going to talk about. They're going to talk about him scoring the most points in the league. They're going to talk about him scoring.
Let me tell you something. The longer LeBron plays, the more people start talking about, hey, man, what about Wilt, man? What about Kareem,
No, that'll never happen.
What about Kobe, man?
That'll never happen.
The longer that he plays, he makes it more relevant because he continues to lose more than he wins. That's going to take
We're talking about later on in his career. Man,
he's not the most impactful.
Why don't nobody talk about them last 2 years with Jordan and Washington?
Because he won.
He didn't win.
Six rings.
They didn't make the playoffs. No playoffs in Washington. Nobody talks about it.
Because he's an old man playing.
No, actually, he was younger than LeBron playing. The last few years in Washington.
Nobody comparing.
Well, I'm just saying.
Jordan.
We're talking
LeBron,
about the last 2 years in Washington with Michael Jordan.
Game.
Everybody was excited about him just being out there on the court playing. I want to see him one last time. We can care less about what he does as far as team-wise.
You think the people want to see what they saw this year? They want to see.
Let me finish.
Yeah, let me let you cook.
Nobody cared about Michael Jordan not winning in Washington. They just wanted to see him play. I want to take pictures. I want to see Jordan play one last time. And to me, for everyone to put that same pressure on LeBron, not same pressure, to put even more pressure on him to win, that just lets you know where he's at as far as iconic status or whatever. He's at a level to where at 40, we're still putting pressure on this man to go out here and will a team to a championship. At 40, nobody does that. Nobody has had this pressure as LeBron has had. LeBron, he has the same pressure he has today as he does when he first got to the league over 20 years ago. That says a lot about him as a person, him as an athlete, man. If you telling me an 18-year-old has the same pressure he does at 40, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed as far as the expectation. It's still at a high level. Everybody's looking at if LeBron don't win a championship, it's a bust at age 40. Nobody's appreciating that, hey, he played a whole season averaging almost 25 points a game at 40. Still playing at a high level. We're not appreciating that. That's the travesty of it all. We can't even appreciate this man going out here at 40 years old, playing at a high level, and getting his team to the playoffs, and almost not saying almost winning this team, but competing and playing in a playoff series and averaging 27 points a game in this first round. Yeah. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the championship that's hard to win in your prime, let alone at age 40. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Yes, Jordan has 6 rings. Bron has 4. My thing is this.
Curry got 4 too.
Yes, but Corey.
If anybody was one,
nobody cares because 2 of those don't count.
Nobody.
As far as status, as far as goal status, 2 of those don't count because you brought in somebody that really was better than you to win.
So having AD,
but he's not better than Bron. KD was better than Steph Curry. Is better than Steph Curry.
Wow. Having Luka, if you would have won,
Luka
don't matter.
If you go prime Luka, prime LeBron all day.
This is insane, man.
I'm just.
So hold on. So you got LeBron and you got Luka, top 3 player in the league, bounced out the first round. You got Curry on a 8th seeded team. No, 7th. 7th. Yes. Ranked team with Butler, and we beat the 2-seeded team.
Y'all
and
beat.
You want to talk to me about LeBron?
And it's inexperienced.
Are you out of your mind right now?
Team. Y'all beat a team that had a good regular season. That's what I'm keeping. Yeah. That's what I said at the beginning when the playoff first started.
We won 7 games. We give them props.
I said this at the beginning of y'all series. Y'all only had 2 people on the team that got playoff experience. VanVleet and Dylan Brooks. Y'all had a good regular season.
Let me tell you something. They didn't take us to 7 games by happenstance.
No,
because they were their record. They were their record. They were a young team.
A good young team.
And they ran us and they played lockdown, hard-nosed defense.
And now you finna run into another young team that got more experience.
That ain't the same.
Man, it's gonna happen, man.
That ain't the same.
Man, but guess what, man?
Yeah, come on.
Man.
Hey.
It's that time, my brother.
Come on.
Man, we didn't. Had a good run today.
Yeah, we did.
Man, that time went by fast.
Yeah.
Man, we talked about my Lakers, man.
Yeah, we did.
We talked about what they need to do going into next year.
Go home.
We talked about Go James, man. We talked about him coming back, opting into that $54 million and playing one more year. We talked about your Warriors.
We don't want him at the Warriors, bro.
We're talking about your Warriors, and I'm predicting right now the Warriors will lose in 6 to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first on CourtSide. I'm predicting that Curry will have a hell of a series. Numbers are going to be high. It's going to be a great battle, but Minnesota is going to pull it off in 6, man. Before we
Warriors
go, man.
In 4, man.
Any closing comments?
Warriors in 4. You know how we do. Listen, continue, subscribe, man. We appreciate y'all giving us y'all time and patience, man. And we're going to continue to bring you this content, man.
Yes.
Beta LA.
You guys have been listening to CourtSide where we sit on the sideline and we discuss sports as if we can do it better ourselves. I'm your host, Mr. 300. You guys know my co-host, the Bay to LA. You see he's got the Warrior shirt on. Let's see if he wear it next show.
Good.
See you guys on the next one. Enjoy yourself.